name is Rhythm, and I have my partner Tarun for this presentation. And we like to call ourselves Dream Team because we are working on a project that can be accomplished by a Dream Team, which is a user research process for Pride World City. Now, what is Pride World City? I think Tarun would like to have a few statements on that.
Yeah. So Pride City is a 400-acre residential development project based in Pune, and the project aims at providing luxurious living space with global amenities at affordable prices.
So to visualize you how Pride World City looks, we have a picture for you. Then can you change the slide? Yeah. Now, what is the problem statement for it? So while we were having our client meetings, our initial client meetings a few months back, we realized that people have so many perceptions about, while they're buying something, they deal with a lot of perceptions. Iska perception, uska perception, khud ka perception. It's just too much, right? That affects your buying behavior. And understanding this perception of customers is so important so that a brand can figure out the right messaging. So that is what we suggested to help Pride with, which is to understand the customers better so that we can strike the right messaging, which would, help get us better customers, the right customers. For the timeline of this project, Tarun will explain us some things.
Yeah. So as Rhythm mentioned about perception, so for that we have done a first workshop with the sales and marketing team because they are the person who interact with the customers, correct? So for that we have taken there some inputs and visited some properties, like how other properties are showing their perceptions to other customers and how internal and external they are working. And so based on that, we also understand where they are standing with based on other projects also. So for that, we sat with sales and marketing again, and we asked who are the past and potential customers they have. And based on that profile, we get to know there are three common categories they are falling into. The first is they are calculative, they are educative. The second is they are globally exposed, and the third is they are very they want spacious room for us a community. So for validating these three things, we are going to do user interview in the next steps.
So here are some of the insights that we gathered by having a series of 3 workshops, particularly with the sales and marketing team of the Pride World City. So one of the insight is that your childhood home still lives with you. The home that you grew up in, it would still affect your buying behavior right now. If you were living maybe in a spacious bungalow in your childhood, maybe it's somewhere going to affect your buying behavior even maybe 30 years later. Then the second interesting insight was to buy a home or to have a home change is a big shift in your life, in not just financially or something, but in all aspects of your life. It's a shift. Then the third insight that we gathered, and I believe a lot of our partners can also gain experience from that, is that it is much more effective to make clients realize something than to tell them something. Don't tell them, hey, this is the problem, but through discussions and questions, make them realize what the problem is, and it's so much more effective. And then we have final question for, I think this is the wrong slide, Tarun. We don't know. We can discuss this question later. So the question is, we want to ask mirrors that what made you change perception towards a particular product or service? What made you change your, there was a first impression and then there was a last impression and there was a change in that.
So I think it all depends on the salesperson, And again, buying a home is a very, very emotional decision. So it could be a child who, like she said, who loved the place when you showed the child, whatever. Or maybe your mother who says, okay, this is how it should be. Something like that. So I think it is an emotional decision which changes your perception, especially while buying a real estate. Maybe I can just add on that even the investment part can make your perspective change. Like it can change. It is one of the most important things. What is the investment? What is the return on investment?
I think just during the last meeting, we also realized that home buying is such an emotional decision. So people would, ultimately people would make that buying decision based on emotions, but they would need something rational to validate that already made decision. So that was also like one really cool insight.
So the rational backing would be like, you have a community which is nearer to school or college or hospital, something like that, depending on the person who's buying the property.
Very important, I think, to understand which customer. There are only two customers in real estate. There's either an investor and there's an end user. So if he's an investor, you got to tick his buckets and make sure that all his things are ticked. If he's an end user, then those buckets. Is it a young child, aging parents? Every perception. So I think there's no right, wrong, like she said earlier also. There's no mold, right? Well done, guys. Good research.